Namaskar, welcome to PK's classes. Today we'll study osmotic laxatives. So, laxatives, purgatives, cathartics, these are used for drugs used to relieve constipation, and they differ in their potency. When it is mild potent, it is laxative, moderately potent it is purgative, and highly potent it is cathartic. So, based on the effectiveness, the cathartic is more effective than purgative than laxative. So, a purgative at low dose is a laxative and in large dose is a cathartic. So it's only a matter of dose, the action can differ. Again, in case of laxative, the stool will be semi-solid, whereas in case of purgative it will be semi-fluid, and in case of cathartic this will be fluid. So, osmotic laxative, before that let us discuss what is osmosis. So, we know if there is high concentration and low concentration, then according to the law of equilibrium, the solute should move from high concentration to low concentration. But if we put a semi-permeable membrane, then what happens? The solute cannot move through this membrane, so the equilibrium cannot be established. So for that, what happens? The solvent moves from low concentration to high concentration, so that this one will be more concentrated and this side will be diluted. So osmosis is a process of movement of the solvent from low concentration to high concentration through a semi-permeable membrane. And this principle is applicable in case of osmotic laxatives. We can call them as saline purgatives, saline cathartics. And some of these drugs are magnesium salts like magnesium sulfate, magnesium citrate, magnesium hydroxide, most commonly milk of magnesia, it is known. Then sodium salts like sodium sulfate, sodium phosphate, sodium potassium tartrate or Russell salt. Then lactulose, sorbitol, glycerin, polyethylene, glycol, all these are examples of osmotic laxatives. So these osmotic laxatives are nothing but the salts and electrolytes which are poorly absorbed from the intestine, and hence their concentration increases in the lumen, and that causes osmosis, because this is the lumen of the GIT, and these are the parietal cells of the GIT wall, and this membrane behaves as a semi-permeable membrane, and when the concentration of salts and electrolytes increase here, salt and electrolytes increase in the lumen, to create the equilibrium, water from the parietal cells move towards the lumen through the semi-permeable membrane. That is the process of osmosis. So when the concentration of salts and electrolytes in the lumen increase, that causes osmosis. So the water is pulled from the epithelial cells of jet into the lumen. So this increases the water content in the stool, and this increases the bulk of the stool. And when the bulk of the stool increases, that initiates the peristalsis or peristaltic activity, and that results in laxative or purgative or cathartic action. So we can also discuss the another mechanism, particularly with magnesium salts. Magnesium salts stimulate the release of cholecystokinin, and which increases the intestinal secretions and causes the fluid and electrolyte accumulation, and also increases intestinal motility or increases the peristaltic activity because of this increase in bulk. Cholecystokinin also have direct action on the J motility. It increases the J motility. So that is additional mechanism for magnesium salts. So they can be used for long-term relief of chronic constipation, and particularly for medical procedures like surgery and colonoscopy. For bowel evacuation, we can use osmotic laxatives. So that's all. Thank you.